So look how quick they fucking turn on their own over on the left side. Jon Stewart, a man of fucking reason, a hilarious comedian, the fucking host of The Daily Show, one of the best shows ever made. This dude has always had and displayed common sense when talking about Trump or the other side or whatever it be. Now he comes out and displays more common sense by siding or defending Dave Chappelle and then Joe Rogan. And now the left immediately turns on him. Jon Stewart makes clear what side he's on. Anyway, this isn't 2009 anymore. He's no one relevant. It just takes that little of a thing to boom. Now the left wants to eat you alive. Like, how ridiculous is this whole situation that we find ourselves in about this Joe Rogan or the Dave Chappelle situation or any of this politically correct bullcrap or like calling people racist? You have this outrage mob that hasn't even listened to a second of Joe Rogan calling him a racist, a misogynist, and all this shit. And then you have black people that are his friends that know him that are like, no, he's not like that at all. And then the outrage mob is like, nah, you guys don't know. Like, what is going on in today's world, man? It is a wild ride, and we are going down. I don't even know what to say about all of this. I've wrote about it in a complete coverage breakdown, but every day it's developing, and I see new shit, and it's just so crazy. I'm wondering if Dave Chappelle will come out and say something in support Joe Rogan, like Joe Rogan did during Dave's controversy. Who knows how Dave Chappelle feels about Joe Rogan using the N-word, but I would recommend you to watch the magic words bit by Joe Rogan, and I think you would realize that he's not racist for using those words. You know, using a word does not make anyone racist. What makes someone racist is when they have hate in their heart, right? So Joe Rogan has none of that hate. It's clear to see. I don't know. This is clearly politically motivated. I don't know why. If it only has to do with the COVID, which just seems crazy because I broke that down. He's not even spreading misinformation. So I don't know what this is all about. It just seems like the left needs a villain or something. You know what I mean? They go after, Joe Rogan, Dave Chappelle, Dave Portnoy, Trump, anyone that falls outside of their little extreme liberalism net. It's pretty ridiculous, and people want to say, oh, it's not silencing or it's not censorship. It pretty much is, when it's politically motivated like this and you're calling to suppress someone's voice because they're speaking against what you believe. I mean, I think that's a little bit of censorship, right? Like, I get that, especially when Spotify does. If Spotify wanted to do it by themselves, okay, but if you're pressuring them into doing it, yeah, that's a little bit of censorship. If they just came out and said, look, we're a company and we don't want Joe Rogan on our platform, then yeah, they have that right. But when they're being pressured like this, I don't know. I think we're getting into a gray area that could be considered either way, right? Anyway, I just wanted real quick to look at this Jon Stewart thing. Like, they're eating Jon Stewart now. Like, they turn on him so quick, and it's so weird. But notice how they don't turn on them for anything bad. They only turn on them when they go to what they deem the other side. But then you have a Hassan who has
words to hear, but words like nigger and fag. Nigger. You niggers are why I lost my job.
You have
he only shot
not only Hassan, you have, as you can see, the cast of the Young Turks. I forget this guy's name. Anna Kasparian.
Run, nigger, run.
Nigger this or nigger that. Okay, so
Sankyugar, or what's his name? Sankyugar, I think. The dude that thinks he can beat up Joe Rogan.
Cover that Jerry Rice looking nigga.
So these people should be taken off the air and banned, right? No. You see no leftists calling for that. All the leftists still love and support old Hassan and the Young Turks. So what the fuck's up with that? The same people that are calling for Joe Rogan, that are spreading misinformation about Joe Rogan spreading misinformation, so that's pretty ironic, are also showing even more hypocrisy than that not by fucking supporting these people. It's like what about Joe Biden? That guy said the N word probably more times than Joe Rogan, and you guys voted him into the office of the presidency. So what's going on? No consistency, no morals, no ethics. What is this really about? Because y'all don't really give a fuck. Same thing with the musicians. You know, someone made a good point. You know, before this, they were hosting their music on Spotify with murderers, rapists, gangbangers, just all this sorts of shit. People that beat women, all this stuff, and they had no problem hosting their music next to those, right? So it's like, what's going on here? Jeez. Sheesh.